Salutations, my lords and ladies. We are back, of course, again with another movie review. But before we go talk about and start bringing up spoilers, let me just say this. John Wick in its entirety is an amazing, amazing series. If you haven't seen the John Wick movies yet and you love action, perfect dry humor, perfect hand-to-hand combat, like you would never see hand-to-hand combat before, to the point where you're like, dang, he really killed him like that, then you will love, I repeat, my viewers, you will love the John Wick series. There are, in turn, 4 movies, and this spin-off movie, which we're going over today, which is called John Wick Ballerina. Exactly. Oh, what was that? Yes, my viewers, you have heard him. The master of cinema himself.
It's Machi over here. What's going on?
100%. All right. Yeah. Machi. First things first. Let me just give me that La Machi realness, bro. What did you think about the movie? Hands down.
I thought it was fantastic.
Really? Okay, another good opinion. Okay. In your words, tell me why did you enjoy it so much? Before I get into my opinions.
So this is a revenge movie, right? Mm-hmm. The whole premise of the movie is Eve Marco, Ana de Armas' character. Mm-hmm. She wants to get revenge on people that killed her father when she was a kid, which turns out to be this whole cult that nobody's trying to mess with, really.
Yeah.
Right? Because the whole thing is nobody knows their location, so they can't mess with them, really, and no one's trying to go after them. They're keeping this little balance here. But she wants revenge on them and all that. And she joins the, what's it, Dora... How do you say it?
Hold on. Let me try to look it up.
Pronouncenames.com.
Tarasov.
Yep, Tarasov. I hope that didn't pick that up, but yeah, Tarasov. I looked up the pronunciation. There we go. But the Tarasov, yeah. Continue.
Yeah.
Sorry,
so she joins the Tarasov mob, basically. Winston takes her there, right? And she trains to be an assassin.
Yeah.
And she's trying to really be a good assassin, to go out there, do her job, and eventually, on one of her hits, she encounters a person with the same mark as the people who killed her dad, and she disobeys, goes rogue, and decides, I'm going to go after the people, finally, who killed my dad. I really like this movie, mainly for the action and just nice little, expansion on the world and all that, because that was really cool how they could just do this.
For me, the reason why I really enjoy this movie so much is, one, because I've been itching for some more action lately. And if I'm being completely honest, the Ballerina just brought it. It brought it hard. Also, because I remember you told me, hands down, that like the guy that plays Charon, the concierge that you always just go see, like when John Wick goes to the hotel to just meet up and talk to him about. You told me that he died, so it was good to see him again in this film. That was a very, very nice surprise. Because they
don't know if they were able to get him if it was they CGI'd him or if he just had this take. They had it like in the back pocket because they're thinking of doing this all the way back then.
They probably
did. It was really nice to just see his face again. He was a great actor. Really sad that we lost him.
Yeah, if you do not know who we're talking about Lance Reddick. And he plays Charon in the John Wick series. He's a very, very important character, especially in my opinion, for the John Wick series, especially. I would also honestly call him John Wick's low-key one of his closest friends. I'm not even gonna cap. And he always just takes care of our boy Wick, so hands down. Another thing I would say I love about this movie, though, truly, is just honestly, there are a lot of faces that I was surprised to see. If any of you viewers have seen The Umbrella Academy, the character that plays number 2, Diego, his actor is in there. I just love seeing his character. He definitely brought out that just gut-wrenching feeling when somebody you love dies, especially when he's trying to take like the Ana de Armas' character out Eve when she's a little baby and try to take her like from this like dangerous world, and then all these people coming to kill them and take them out and capture Eve when she's still a little girl because the cult's trying to capture her and take her back to the culty compound. And then he literally dies. Like they got so close, and he literally dies like right when they're about to reach the end, and it's just Eve by herself. But this film does a great job of not only just kind of like bringing back the pure energy of like the John Wick franchise, but also just going into question like why do some people choose to do what they do in this universe? Like why do people choose to be these kind of killers, these assassins, these hired guns? Like why do they choose this? And we see most times it's not just for like the money. Sometimes it's legit just because like we've lost somebody, we want their revenge, or it's just something that's just gone bad in our lives that we just can't let go. And to this point, like you want to just get up and you want to fight, you want to keep surviving. And that, in my opinion, that's what the character Eve learned. Like she learned not only how to be somewhat like John Wick, but to in turn actually become her very own legend, her very own like person through all of this. And then at the end of at the end of the movie, right, we just really get to see that development where she's just like, this is what I've chosen. I'm gonna stick with what I've chosen. I'm just gonna keep on going. The same thing with John Wick. They both choose this life. They both choose to do what they do, and they both choose the consequences of their actions. But they don't take it in an immature way. They take it as in, this is what I've decided. This is what's gonna happen for the rest of my life, and I'm okay with that. Yeah. And I like that. Going forward, these are some things I would definitely want to talk about when I do this movie. All right, first things first. The fight with John Wick. How did you feel about that? Where Ana de Armas and Keanu Reeves' characters both duke it out, John Wick and Eve. How did you feel about that?
That was very fun. I love that fight especially because I know some people are going to be like, they're going to be scared. Maybe they're going to make her too strong. Maybe like she's going to be able to do something. She could not handle John Wick because no one can beat John Wick, really. Right? And it was so fun to see John. This is in this period of rest, right? Yeah. This is in between the third and the fourth movie where he's trying to keep like off the grid real quick, but he gets called in real quick to take care of her, right? And he just walks in so calmly, and he's like, "Look, stop. You ain't gonna win this one." And that was so nice of him to see him just being really nice there. He doesn't really want to kill her. He doesn't have to kill her specifically, so he's giving option to get out like he's trying to get out himself. Exactly. But she doesn't take it the first time, and he just wrecks house. It shows the real level of difference between the regular assassins and John Wick. How he just handles her throughout the fight. She gets one good tackle on him before he ends it, but it was really nice at the end of the fight where she was like, let me bring this home, let me kill him. And he's like, all right, you have until 12. Yeah. Get to going.
Hands down, I love the fact, and I agree with you on this, I love the fact that they didn't let her beat John Wick. Because, hands down, the entirety of this franchise is John Wick. Nobody can beat him. He literally breathes fear into his enemies by just the mention of his pure, utter name. The Baba Yaga himself, John Wick. So, I was happy, because usually sometimes what they do with these new characters, they always make it seem like the newer characters and like gonna end up beating or like taking down the character we've like grown with, right?
Yeah, it's really usually the new is stronger than the old sometimes. And it's like,
I'm like, that don't really work.
Sometimes it works, sometimes it do. But this would be a one for a franchise based off the man's name. Yeah, I don't want to see him being loose into the new characters yet.
Exactly, because that just doesn't make any sense yet. Like they're still green, they're still new.
Yeah,
yeah. But I do love this is what I do love about Eve's character. Hands down, like from the get-go, she knew this is what she wanted to do. She literally asks John Wick when he's coming in around this is probably around my viewers, probably around like kind of closer to like a little bit of 3, like kind of close.
It's
like
in the middle of the third movie.
In the middle of the third movie where he comes back and he's like talking to the director and he's like kind of going over like he's giving up his cross and like he's just getting that one last favor. Thank you, one last favor from Mama. And like she asked him like, how can I do what you do? And he's like, the door, like how do I get out? And he's like, the door's right there. He's trying to tell her that like you might not want this, like you think you want it now, but like at the end of the day, like when when it gets real, are you sure you're gonna still say the same thing afterwards? He's like, you should just leave when you have the chance. And she's like, no, I want this. And then the entirety of this entire movie is like her just adamantly, she's not wishy-washy about what she wants. She's not wishy-washy about what she wants. She knows exactly, she wants revenge for her dad. She wants to get back what she lost. She wants that justice served. And she deserves it. And she worked hard for it. And then when you get to this fight, and she just, because at that point, you've hit a wall in your journey, because John Wick is that proverbial wall. He will not rest. He will not stop. He doesn't want to kill you, but if you keep pushing his buttons, he's gonna take you out. To the point where she's like, she has to like low key just hit him in that kind of sense of like, yo, listen, coming from like, because he understands the way that vengeance
perspective,
the perspective, and the way that vengeance can drive somebody to do things that they didn't even know they still had in them yet. And he's seeing her and seeing all this. He's like, listen, and I love that you said, go back to this, that he said, all right, you have until 12. That bull literally on his watch counting down the minutes while she's fighting all these.
He's looking at it, he has a sniper rifle, who's like, she's still got time, she's good.
Yeah, she still has, like, she literally has the rifle pointed at her, checks his watch, right, she still got time, he starts sniping all the other enemies while she's like fighting on it. And he even takes out some of the cult people himself.
I loved that scene where who is it? That there are these two goons just on these stairs. Goons, yeah. And the first one's all like, let's go get him. The first one's all like, whoa, stop. That's John Wick over there.
Like, let's go.
The other one goes, it's just one man. And he's like, and they both get shot anyway. Listen.
Not only get they get shot, they get blown to smithereens, if I remember correctly. I'm pretty sure like that. Like, they get wrecked beyond facial recognition, bro, because of John Wick himself, bro. But going back to just Ana de Armas, like her entire, like her, I'm honest with you, if they do more movies with her, it's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be absolutely amazing. I cannot wait to see more if they do this character. I hope they don't just make this character and then just like have the ballerina just be a standpoint, like not even there anymore. Just like have her like just go back to John Wick and just keep on with John Wick. Like, no, they have to feed this.
Because there is a wider world of John Wick. There is even the show, The Continental, right? Where they could put her in the show. I believe the first season's already finished. They could do the second season, right?
Oh, there's a series about the Continental itself. Oh, I have to tune in. I didn't even know about that.
Continental. Yeah.
Oh, I have to peep that. I would love to work at the Continental. Dog. And like, let's talk about that just real quick. Bro, imagine working at the Continental, bro. Yo, their health plan, like their life insurance must be on point, dog. I'm not even gonna cap.
She's more like a character like Kane from the fourth movie, right? Or any of the other small assassins that you meet throughout the movies. She's a small piece in a big world, which is really good. You can write these stories about these other characters, these other assassins other than John living in this world, John Wick, and how they're affected by his actions and all that, and even their stories and their struggles.
No, for real. Oh, this is the next question I have for you. Just going forward.
Okay.
So, how did you feel about the parallelism between Ana de Armas' character Eve and her best friend?
How do I feel with the parallels?
Yeah,
it's very interesting because it really shows, because she's willing. Because the first scene, when you're seeing her spin for the director, right? And the director doesn't let her leave until she says that she wants to keep going. It really shows her drive.
Yeah.
It shows that, no, the correct answer is that you're going to keep pushing yourself to get better, to do better, to be ready eventually, right? And her friend doesn't have that drive. Her friend's not up for that. Her friend is not the right person for this kind of assassin world. She is the person that you're going to put at the front to, for the front of this whole operation to show, okay, she can do this thing well, but she can't do the other things well, which is fine. I really like that there's a use for every person. You don't have to just kill everyone that doesn't fit into a specific mold.
Yeah, got you. For me, I would say the parallelism between the two of them, it goes back to my earlier conversation about how like John Wick's like the door is right there. Like if you want this, you have to legit want this to the point where like even if you go back, you can't go. Like even if you go back, it's like you don't really go back. It stays with you. Like if you want to live in this world, live in my world, live in this universe, you have to have that drive. You have to have it. And I feel like also to the point of like when it comes to like that, just like driven with that anger and that just like just like wanting that revenge or just like bad moments in your life just stick with you to the point where like kind of has your driving force, right? Between the two
Yeah.
friends, I like the fact that like I believe that, and truly I believe everybody that's in that entire Assassin's Guild is somebody that has like a bad hand dealt to them.
You don't go
Whether
to the
the
dark side for
yeah,
no reason.
you don't
There's
go to
something
the
that terrible
exactly
happened.
exactly. So like
You're looking for it.
when I see that, I see the parallelism between her and her best friend. I realize that her best friend might have had that anger, might have had that frustration, might have wanted revenge, but she didn't have that much hate, that much
Drive.
drive that Ana de Armas Eve, like character Eve had, which is why at the end of the movie you see that when Ana de Armas is like finally finished her revenge, right, and she's literally getting put up for like every assassin in the world to come take her
She's
out.
got a bounty on her head
Yeah,
now.
but
Yeah.
yeah, bounty on her head now. The thing she goes to go witness is her best friend in one of like those major what would they be calling
Performances.
performances, like major performances, because she becomes like this amazing famous dancer, and
Mhm.
that's what the director brought out of her. Angelica Houston's character, the director, literally brings out that kind of drive and brings out that talent with dance. She brings out that talent in her, and she uses her anger, she uses her frustration, and then brings out and like brings to life this amazingly talented dancer. But she also brings to life this amazingly talented hitman, hit woman, Eve.
Yeah.
And you just see those like differences between the two of them, where how you use what drives you, how you use your pain, how you use what you're like going through, and either way you can use them to do great things and to really drive yourself, or you could just stay there and not do anything about it. And neither of those two girls just stay there and do nothing about how they're feeling. They both work hard and get to a point where Ana de Armas is literally in a league of her own as an assassin, known as the Ballerina, and her best friend becomes a renowned ballerina, or I guess ballerinas. I think maybe that's the term.
Yeah, Ballerina would be fine. Yeah.
Yeah, ballerina. Yeah. Like they both be or just like professional dancer. Like that.
Yeah.
That's like both of them, and it's just like that kind of compare contrast where they both took that kind of struggle that they had and they made something amazing out of themselves, made something that they could strongly hold on to, and they chosen this life for themselves. So, because yeah, I like this. Like to your point that they could have killed the best friend. What is his
Yeah,
name?
that's like usually the
Yeah, that's usually the thing about like these assassin games. Like they
assassin
kill
groups.
people.
Yeah, you
They
kill
the weak.
people who
You
aren't
call
good for
you
the
call the
job
weak,
instead.
or you call the
Yeah.
weak, so like the strong realize they don't want to be the weak, all that stuff. But instead, no, she takes those broken pieces and she builds them up into these strong, capable like weapons. Whether
Hmm.
weapons in the weapons in like the professional assassin sense, or just weapons in like they're just beauties out there into the world, man and woman, just going out.
Hmm.
And it's just amazing to me. It's amazing for me.
How do you feel about a lot of the action throughout the movie?
I feel that I
Like
feel like
compare this to some of the other John Wick movies. How did you feel about it?
I would say, in my opinion, the acting was definitely
No. That's the acting. The action.
the action. Oh, the action was amazing. The action was amazing, bro. Using nunchucks as freaking. Well, sorry, I should say using ice skates as freaking nunchucks. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
That was amazing. That was awesome, bro. The way they use explosions in this movie, bro. Like Ana de Armas barely
was
even
hilarious.
used guns or anything, or hand to hand, bro. Shorty was all about them grenades, homie. Bro, she killed one dude by putting a grenade in his mouth. She killed another dude by literally using a door as a blast shield and blowing up. She taped a like legit grenade belt around a dude's neck, pulled the pin, and held him and blew him up. Bro, there was so much fire and explosions in that movie. Bro, I could not look away. Especially the whole firefight between her and I
Yeah,
guess
the
like
flamethrower fight near the end.
Yeah.
You could tell they were really having fun with that scene and getting all those shots for that flamethrower.
No, for real, bro. That was dope. That was dope, bro. Especially when she's fighting the fire with the hose, bro.
Yeah.
that was like legit. That was legit like a firefighter like wet dream right there, bro. Like imagine you feel like you're the one man firefighter fighting a giant fire. You have like the biggest hose known to man, water pressure on point. You're like big man blastoids coming at it. You're like fighting the fire, dude. That was amazing. Oh man, I messed my voice. I messed myself with that voice.
No, but as for the acting, how was that for you?
Oh, the acting, hands down. I would say it fit a lot. It fit a lot of how like John Wick 1 was, where you're like we're getting introduced to all the characters. It starts off slow. You're just like, what is? I feel like when you watch John Wick, especially when you watch the first movie, you just sit there and you're like, what is this going to be? Because it just has this guy who's just kind of like in this depressive state of mind. It's very quiet. The colors, because I feel like the colors get better and better and more brighter and more like lively like later down the line of the films. But the first film, it's like this kind of dreary, kind of dark tones, kind of dark color, cooler kind of color tones, right? To kind of show that level of depression and like how he's like lost his like wife and like now he has this dog, but now like and it like and he's just chilling with the dog, but then like the dog gets killed and all this stuff. And then you see like the colors kind of change and switch up and it gets more serious and the kills keep happening and it's a crazy situation. And that's the same with Ballerina. It's like it starts off slow. Well, actually, no, it does not start off slow because it does start off really
with an action fight.
It starts off with an action fight, but I feel like afterwards, I feel like the slow part is like the whole the whole her twirling and the whole conversations, like the whole like building like the training arc until you get to like the first test. Like that's when you really get to this moment of like, wow, this movie it's like it. John Wick surprises you. That's what this movie does. It surprises you because you think you're expecting one thing. You're like, oh, it's just gonna be another action movie, but it's not. It's got layers upon layers upon layers. In the words of the mighty Shrek, it's an onion, man. The onion has layers, dog, and that is what John Wick does, bro. That is what it does.
The first fight when she's doing her professional job, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not the first one, technically the second one, but it's after she succeeds her first fight, her first professional job where she has to use rubber bullets and all that.
Yeah.
And it's a more hand-to-hand combat fight. That was pretty good. But then the second one where you see she's been doing this for a bit, right? And it's not, you're not seeing her going through it after she's done it for some time. You're seeing the aftermath of it and how she's so calm and just collecting all the things, all the knives she had, putting together a gun again, right? Going into the elevator and leaving the club. And she gets into her car and you see that she crashed the car when she started this job, right? Yeah. By the way it's positioned. And then she leaves. And I really like how it surprised you when it just holds on the shot for her to come all the way back into frame because somebody's ramming into her.
No, dude, that was amazing, dude. Because I literally, you also, sorry, but just want to say this a little bit about this, like, about your point you're gonna bring in, because I was hoping you're gonna bring up about that, bro. When the camera like pulls us away from her driving off, and you kind of like lose sight of, you don't really lose sight of the car, but you kind of like, you're like, okay, she's driving off. Like we can like tune out for a second, but then like John Wick's like the entire production staff like, no. You gotta lock back in. Because then the car pulls us back in and we're back into the fight. And it's just like, bro, this is exactly what we're looking for. And they also use it as a plot point because that's when she sees like the one dude with the tattoo from the cult that she's been looking for the longest time. And then boom, we keep on going. John Wick just loves to surprise, bro. Any closing remarks, my friend?
I really like what they're doing, especially with this whole John Wick franchise. I really like the way they're building it out. I really hope they continue doing things like this. I would love to see more of Ballerina, or even a different character, right? There are multiple characters even throughout the movies that you could just touch up more on. I would like to see what they can do with that.
I would love to see them do something with the character that has like the guy that was I think it was the guy who was running with John in like 3. Like the guy with the dog and like the rifle.
That's number 4.
Oh, that's number 4. Okay.
Mr. Nobody. Yeah.
My bad with the number memory with that.
Don't worry about it.
But yeah, I would definitely like to see his character like hands down, or just like maybe even like a newer character, just like and then have like a trio movie with all 3 of them. Like I think I would enjoy that. Like always love those good like 3 trio like action packed movies. So I would definitely love to see either a new character or just like maybe that's like really bring up more of like a character already seen before. Maybe even like the what was like the master? Remember like the guy that was like blind, and it was like
Kane. Ooh, I
yeah.
don't know if Kane's gonna live though. That's the problem.
Oh, that is true. That is true. I did forget about that. But
Yeah.
hands down, I would definitely say I would love to see more of Ballerina, and I did truly enjoy this movie. And dear viewers, I just found out that they have a Continental series, so I gotta lock in on that. We will definitely try and do a video basing this on that. But you'll definitely have to check that out with the Lord of Animation. That's definitely TV shows. But hands down, please go, please. If you haven't yet, please go check out the John Wick movies.
Yeah, you
They are
gotta check this one
amazing.
out.
You have to check out this one, Ballerina. Hands down. You don't even need to really see the John Wick movies to
Understand fully
under,
what's going on in this one.
hands down. You don't really need to do it. You can just go right into it and then go watch the John Wick movies right after. It is perfect to the T. I loved every second of it. But that is all for today, my dear viewers, or tonight if you are somewhere on the other hemispheres or countries, whatever. But
Whatever time you're watching this.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. But I just want to bid y'all a farewell. Thank you for listening. Do check out those John Wicks, yo. We're not messing around. Please go check them out. Let us know in the comments what you thought of Ballerina, John Wicks, all that stuff, all the characters, your favorite character. We want to know it all. We love to hear it all. All right? But I bid you adieu. Farewell, my dear viewers.
Goodbye.
This is the Connoisseur, and bada bing.
This is the Master of Cinema. See ya.
See ya. Peace.